Welcome back to the Affirmations Oasis Podcast. Today we're going to talk about something that hits close to home for so many of us. The episode is called Safe Isn't Always Safe. Sometimes it's just familiar, and I'm really glad you're here for it. I want to talk to you the way someone once talked to me, with love, with honesty, and with that nudge that says, I see you and I know you're ready for more. I'll start by asking a question, and when you're alone in your own private thoughts, I want you to really think about this. Let it sit with you and don't rush past it. What part of your life are you calling safe when deep down you know it's just familiar? Really think about that. Sometimes the most dangerous place to stay is the place you've outgrown. There are multiple studies showing that your brain is designed to protect you from the unknown, even if the unknown is better for you. It will choose the predictable pattern over the promising possibility every single time, unless you interrupt it. There was a time in my own life, many times over, when I kept choosing the same situation, the same people, the same habits, not because they were good for me, but because they were familiar. That's like probably all of my 20s. I wish I knew now, and that I'm 49 years old, and I really wish I knew what I know now back then, how different my life would be. But anyway, I would wake up and I would just feel this heaviness on my chest. It wasn't sadness or fear, just this quiet knowing that I was living a life that didn't fit me anymore. But I stayed because I knew how to navigate that world. I knew how to predict the disappointments. I knew how to manage the chaos. I knew how to survive it. And survival can trick us into thinking that we're okay. And one day, one of my friends asked, if you don't like it, why do you stay? Why don't you just change it? And I said, because I don't know what's next. And that answer sat with me. It sat with me for weeks because I realized I wasn't afraid of losing what I had. I was afraid of stepping into something that I couldn't control. I had normalized dysfunction. I had Stockholm syndrome with that one job. I forgot I had options. Just completely stuck in this cycle of being too comfortable. I was in a cage with the door wide open and didn't even realize it. I want y'all to hear this with your whole spirit. Most of us are not trapped. We're afraid. We're afraid of transformation. We're not damaged. We're developing. You are not late. You are right on time for your own life. You're just simply standing at the edge of a life you haven't met yet. And yes, I know that stepping into the unknown feels uncomfortable. It feels shaky, like your whole body is saying, are we sure? What if? What if it doesn't work out? All the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know what I'm talking about. We treat danger and discomfort the same. Discomfort is not danger. Not really. Sometimes, but most of the time. Most of the time, that uncomfortable feeling is just growth showing up before we're ready to name it. It's your future self tugging on your sleeve saying, come on, I've been waiting on you. Listen, you deserve a life that feels like peace, not old patterns that you've outgrown. You deserve relationships that pour into you, not the ones that you have to negotiate your worth for. You deserve spaces that stretch you in the best way possible, not environments that make you shrink just to fit in. And the beautiful part is you do not have to flip your whole life upside down to get there. You don't have to make some drastic leap. You can shift quietly. You can move slowly. You can take one step at a time, one honest step toward the life you want and not the life that you're just used to. Because the truth is, you cannot heal in the same environment that taught you to hide. You cannot grow in the same soil that kept you small. You are allowed to choose differently now. You are allowed to choose yourself now. You are allowed to change your mind. I offer this affirmation for you to carry throughout the day. I am safe. I am safe to grow. I am safe to change. I am safe to want more than I've ever known. and say it again and again and again, and let your shoulders soften each time. Let it open up your chest. Let it remind your nervous system that you are not in danger, you're in transition. I've had to sit with myself and ask what part of my life feels safe only because it's familiar and not because it's aligned. And I declared, I choose the life that honors me, even if it's unfamiliar. And I'd write it and write it and write it and say it out loud until it became a promise to myself. You know, the first thing that you can do is just get honest with yourself about the patterns you keep choosing. Not the ones that feel good, the ones that feel predictable, the ones that you go back to because it's familiar, even when it drains you. Sometimes simply naming the thing that you keep returning to is enough to break that cycle. And when that old pattern shows up, because it will, I want you to remind yourself, this is familiar, not safe. I choose differently now. That one sentence interrupts the autopilot your nervous system has been running on for years. It gives you a moment to breathe, to choose, to shift. And you don't have to make some big drastic move. Just take one tiny action that signals to your spirit, we're moving forward. It could be unfollowing someone that drains you. Stop listening to that reality TV show if it's draining your energy. Say no to something that you just don't want to do. Spend 10 minutes researching something that you've been curious about. Clean out that car, clean up the house. Even clean up one room if the house is overwhelming for you. Send that email that you've been holding on to that just nudges your dream a little closer to you. These small moves matter. They tell your body that change is happening in a way that feels safe. Then I want you to spend the moment each day connecting with the version of you who has already made the change you're reaching for. Close your eyes and picture them. How do they breathe? How do they carry themselves? What do they no longer tolerate? Let yourself step into that energy, even if it's just for a minute, because your body learns through repetition. And throughout the day, keep a simple mantra close to your heart. I'm becoming someone I've never been, and that is a blessing. Let that be the soundtrack in the background of your growth. When we talk about familiar patterns, we're not just talking about habits. We're talking about the ways we quietly sabotage our own growth without even realizing it. Sometimes we turn down opportunities not because we don't want them, but because we're scared we won't live up to them. We tell ourselves we're not ready or it's not the right time, when really we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of failing, especially in a place that we've never been brave enough to try before, that new job or whatever it is for you. Then there's that part of us that keeps looking for approval. Yes, we have our own voice, but somewhere along the way, we've learned that validation equals safety. So instead of trusting our own intuition, we wait for someone else to co-sign our decisions. Baby. We shrink our dreams down to what feels acceptable, what feels digestible. We don't want to rock the boat. But the truth is, every time you silence your own voice to make someone else feel comfortable, you abandon a piece of yourself. And let's keep it real. Familiar patterns show up in our relationships too, especially our relationships. We find ourselves repeating the same old dynamics, the same arguments, the same heartbreaks, even when we promise ourselves that we're going to do better the next time. Not because we want the pain, but because the pain is predictable. We know how to navigate it. We know the script. And sometimes that script feels better than rewriting a whole new story. There are moments when we avoid responsibility or risk, even when we're craving change. We say we want a new life. We want a new chapter. We want a new version of ourselves. But when it's time to take the first step, we freeze. We convince ourselves that staying where we are is easier. But easy and aligned are not the same thing, and deep down you notice. Here's the thing. It's not enough to stop an old pattern. You can't just cut something off and expect some magical shift. You have to replace it with something new, a new thought, a new behavior, a new belief, a new way of responding to yourself. And that takes time. It takes intention. It takes practice. It takes choosing over and over again to show up differently, even when your body wants to run back to what it knows. And that's the part of growth that nobody glamorizes, the slow, steady rewriting, the moments when you catch yourself mid-pattern and redirect, the moment when you choose the uncomfortable truth over a comfortable lie, the moment when you say, I don't know what comes next, but I know I can't stay here. That's the work. That's the shift. You're not trying to become a brand new person overnight. You're learning how to stop abandoning yourself. You're learning how to trust your own voice. You're learning how to choose the life you want instead of the life you inherited. That doesn't happen in one big leap. It happens in small, intentional choices that slowly teach your nervous system that you're safe, you're growing, and you are allowed to want more. As we're talking about all of this, the patterns that we repeat, the ways that we hold ourselves back, the familiar places we keep returning to, I want you to remember something important. Change isn't about stopping what no longer serves you. It's not just about that. It's about learning how to choose something different, something healthier, something aligned that takes time. It takes patience. It takes compromise to yourself. You're not supposed to get it perfect. You're supposed to stay present for yourself as you grow. So before we move into the affirmations, I want you to take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart if it feels good. And just acknowledge the version of you that's trying. Acknowledge the version of you that's listening. The version of you that's ready for something new. Even if you're still trying to figure out what that looks like, just give yourself that for it. All right, so let's speak some truth into your spirit. Just take a deep breath. Inhale. And release. I am learning to choose what supports me, not what's familiar. I am safe to grow beyond the patterns I inherited. I release the fear that tells me I'm not ready. I trust my voice. I trust my timing. I trust my growth. I am worthy of relationships that honor me. I am open to opportunities that expand me. I choose courage over conflict. I am allowed to outgrow what once felt like home. I am so proud of myself. I am safe to step into the unknown because I'm guided, grounded, and growing. Safe isn't always safe. Sometimes it's just familiar. And familiar can keep you living a life that does not honor you. But today you took a step. You listened. You reflected. You opened a door inside yourself. And I'm so proud of you for that. You don't have to rush. You don't have to have the whole plan. You just have to be willing to choose yourself even a little bit every single day. Because the moment you stop choosing familiar suffering, you make room for unfamiliar joy. And that's where your new life begins. Before you leave, just take one more slow breath with me and release. No matter what season you're in, you are not behind. You are becoming exactly who you're supposed to be. Protect your mind, guard your energy, move with intention, and remember, the soil does not panic while the roots are growing. Stay up, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.